By the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. Both the Steelers and the Saints will be underdogs this weekend, with both future Hall of Fame quarterbacks Big Ben Roethlisberger and Drew Brees out for the foreseeable future. Mason Rudolph will be leading the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road this week against the 49ers, while the Saints haven't even named their starter yet, still deciding between Taysom Hill and Teddy Bridgewater on the road against the Seahawks. Question here is better chance of pulling off the upset with their backup quarterback, Steelers or the Saints?
Well, I'm going to go to you, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think neither one of them going to win, but I'm going to let you talk. No.
Well, who's got the better chance?
Exactly. It's a better chance, and I will go with the Saints. I will go with the Saints, and here's why. When you look at Sean Payton, he's already at work. When he was asked about Taysom Hill being the second option, he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're assuming that he's the second guy. So he's already putting pressure on the Seattle Seahawks defense to prep and prepare for two guys. Now, mind you, I believe that Teddy's going to be the primary guy, but there was things last week, and I liked Sean Payton, but there was things last week that I saw on Teddy Bridgewater that was a little concerning. When I played with Teddy Bridgewater as a rookie, I had a conversation distinctively saying, Teddy, you have to feel it, not see it. Meaning, when you drop back and you feel it, you got to let that ball go. You can't see it because at this level, at that point, the defender sees it, everybody else sees it, and that window of opportunity closes. So I think if he can take that next step with Sean Payton putting together a plan that will consist of both of these guys being involved, they have the better chance.
It sounds like you made the opposite argument, though, in terms you gave me a reason why. I love the point you made about Teddy Bridgewater. Can he feel it? Because that is the game for feel at that position. And that's my question about Teddy. And that's why I lean the Steelers. Joe Staley out for the San Francisco 49ers. Steelers fall into 0-3, desperation on their part. And I just think Seattle is better than San Francisco.
I'm going with the Saints, and I'm going with that combination of what you said, the experience and the wild card of Taysom Hill. If you think about what they have in terms of that shared experience, whatever that may be, that may lessen the pressure on them. If you ever think about the dynamic where players always say, all I need is to take the first hit. People always take that as like this physical dimension or this physical encounter. It's really upstairs. You just want to make sure I survived that. It's going to be all right.
It's cool.
Everything good. I'm good
now.
And guess what? When you go out there and it's a shared experience, and I'm not saying I wish bad on Taysom Hill or Teddy Bridgewater, but one of them going to look at the other one and say, oh, he just threw that in the dirt. Oh, it ain't that bad. Oh, he just threw a good play. I could do that. Oh, it ain't that bad. Like, they're going to take hits together that brings a relief to that pressure. And you look at the 49ers, this is why I'm not going with you and the Steelers. That's the only team in the NFL that hasn't had a 3-and-out yet. Damn, Kyle Shanahan out there calling some offense, right?
Hey,
so it's going to be tough, man.
Look, we talked about Kansas City being a tough place to play. Seattle, tough place to play. Pete Carroll's defense, Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Garoppolo's nice. San Francisco, that crowd, it's
it is, but then you start to look on the opposite side of the ball and say, well, which defense do you trust more? And I look at the Saints, and I'm like, I trust that defense more to make sure we have opportunities with these two guys that we're going to come at you with versus a young, pretty much a rookie in terms of experience when we talk about Mason Rudolph, because this is his first starting experience in his career. So we don't know what to expect. And he has a young supporting cast around him.
Greg, I want to circle back to your point about Bridgewater because I think we don't have a lot of time, but I think you hit on something that separates the bad quarterbacks from the good quarterbacks. Some guys can feel it. Some guys have to see it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a big arm, and I think that's what hinders him a lot of times. The ability to see, he knows it. And it's just like we saw last week, there was throws that was there. Teddy, let that ball go right now because you don't have that big arm. You don't have that Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger arm where you can just wait and laser it in there after seeing it. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks in this league that can do that. The Patrick Mahomes, yes. But other guys have to get it out right when they know it's going to happen.
Preach. All right, coming up.
Preach.
We'll give you our approval ratings for Marcellus Wiley.
Oh, come on, man.
And Uncle Jimmy will tell us what he thinks of that dude.
Oh, not my.
And you also know that LeBron has a patent on that, so you just keep on playing.
No, that didn't go through.
You gonna learn.
That didn't work.
All right, let's talk about our guy, Marcellus Wiley, who got into it with Jalen Ramsey's agent, David Mugoleta, on Twitter after pointing out on the show yesterday that Ramsey hasn't been the dominant corner everyone thinks he is. All right, Marcellus, do you expect Ramsey to prove you wrong tonight?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's prime time, on the game in town, going against the Tennessee offense that wasn't limited in week 1, but, you know, in terms of talent and the receiving core, I think that Jalen Ramsey should go out there and ball. Like I said before, he's a beast. At the same time, he has to play within the system that doesn't always support his greatest talents, which is press man. But, yeah, he going to ball out.
I think the Titans are going to surprise some people. I think they're actually a halfway decent team.
Yeah.
I'm not so convinced Jalen Ramsey has a big night. But, Uncle Jimmy, you think Marcellus gets proven wrong tonight?
Hell yeah, I do.
Who are you?
Yeah.
And first of all, Marcellus, I could be wrong, but I know you had a cup of coffee in the NFL. So you know good and damn well you do not call out an NFL cornerback. I'm shocked that you would have the nerve, the devastating gall.
What?
Hey, look here, man. You from Compton. Just like your boy from Richard Sherman. Just like Richard Sherman, right?
Yeah.
I would have thought for sure he taught you something better than that.
I'm older than him, though.
Hey, what happened when Michael Crabtree put his mouth on Richard Sherman?
Mediocre.
Mediocre. What happened? We all remember.
I love it.
I'm going to tell you what. If you don't remember, wait until after the game tonight. And Jalen Ramsey getting interviewed by Aaron Andrews. And he going to be like, don't you ever talk about me. Don't you ever talk about me again. Don't ever come up to me talking about some second-rate reporter like Marcellus Wiley. This is what you get when you mess with me. This is what you get. You hear me, Dark Ellis? This is what you get.
What'd you call him, Dark Ellis?
I'm warning you. L.O.B. L.O.B., man.
Hold on. L.O. Legion of Boom. He's going to, what is L.O.B.?
Look out, man. I'm warning you. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think you owe me, you owe J-Ram, you owe the Kansas City Chiefs Kingdom an apology. How dare you sit up there and put that bad juju out into the airwaves? Talking about Chiefs shouldn't sign Jalen Ramsey. You just sitting there putting that ism out there just because you can. Now you got Andy Reid second-guessing his game plan. Look here, man. Kansas City ain't got this excited about signing a cornerback since my nephew got him excited about signing Ty Law. Ty Law was 50. Now you want to sit up here and start all this ism talking about Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey's in his prime. He's a Thundercat. He's a big dog. He's what we call a slump buster. You understand me?
Slump buster.
When you're down, you need somebody to help you out. We gonna get Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, man. I
don't understand the slump buster deal.
I like that. Even though they
Uncle
winning.
Jimmy, you got to transition here. We got to give our approval rating for Marcellus Wiley. Sit here.
I just take this?
Job performance, I'm going to give him a 23.
Okay.
He's got smoke going everywhere with Kaepernick, with Jalen Ramsey everywhere.
Feel it.
All-time greatness, you know, I'll give him an 11.
11? 11?
I ain't made. Oh, I haven't won an NBA.
He only made 3 Pro Bowls.
Wow.
Character, I'll give him a 22. And authenticity, I'll give him a 23. 79, almost GOAT.
Damn.
Uncle Jimmy?
Too close.
He's an all-star.
An all-star, you got him same as me.
The only thing I quit, I mean, you know, and I give him, you know, his authenticity. That's what I give him. Because he can't jump on Jalen Ramsey's bandwagon, but he'll damn sure jump on the Big Baller Brand bandwagon. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, he ain't been the same since Big Baller went under. I don't know if he lost some money in that deal or what. But he don't want to jump on this bandwagon with us.
I see Marcellus has been on the internet. He's got self-rated.